Hi everyone, how are you? I hope you all are fine. In the previous video, we studied about how plants make food, structure of leaf, what happens to the food, storehouses of food, and interdependence of plants and animals. In this chapter, we see now the remaining points. Before going to next, if you have any doubt, you comment me. Now let's start. Some unusual plants. There are some plants that are different from the usual green plants. Some plants are different from the usual green plants that we are seeing. Let's find out more about them. Now we see about them. The leaves of cactus. Plants are reduced to spinous and cannot perform photosynthesis. In cactus, the leaves is modified or reduced into the spinous. So, the leaves of cactus cannot perform the process of photosynthesis, but the food is prepared by the green stem. Means photosynthesis is occurred by the green stem. Now next, mushrooms and molds do not contain chlorophyll. In mushrooms and molds, there is not chlorophyll. So, they are non-green and so they cannot perform the process of photosynthesis. These plants cannot make their food and therefore obtain it from dead and decaying plants and animals. So they obtain their food from dead and decaying plants and animals. Now next, the leaves of croton. The leaves of croton may appear red, yellow or purple in addition to green. The croton leaves appeared red, yellow or purple in addition to green. We see that, okay, croton leaves are some additional colors rather than the green. However, they do contain chlorophyll, but then also they have the chlorophyll. The chlorophyll in their leaves is masked by the other color pigments like red, yellow, purple, etc. Thus, photosynthesis occurs in crotons also. In crotons, there are subpigments on the leaves. Behind that pigments, the chlorophyll is present. So, these different colors, rather than these different colors, the photosynthesis is occur. This is cactus. In cactus, the leaves is modified into the spinous and the photosynthesis is occurred by the stem. In mushrooms, there is absence of chlorophyll. So, they are totally depend on the decay or dead animals and the plants. Now we see next point. Plants that do not make their food. They cannot make their food. That plants are called the parasitic plants. Okay. In parasitic plants, total parasites and partial parasites are present. Means total parasites means what? They cannot perform their food. They are totally depend on the host plant. These types of plants are called the total parasites. And partial parasites. Partial parasites are those plants, they perform the process of photosynthesis. Then also they depend on the host plant. Now let us see. Plants that obtain nutrition from other plants are called parasitic plants. Okay, the plants from whom they take nutrition are called host plants. Do you understand this? What is parasitic plants? Plants that obtain nutrition from other plants are called parasitic plants. Okay, and the plants from whom they take nutrition are called host plants. Most parasitic plants do not undergo photosynthesis and are dependent totally on their host for nutrition. These are total parasites. Okay, they are totally depend on the host plant, so they are called the total parasites. For example, cuscuta, commonly known as dudar, is a non-green thread like golden yellow plant. This cuscuta is thread like golden yellow plant. Okay, look here. This is the thread like golden yellow plant. It is totally depend on the host plant. This cuscuta or these types of total parasites, they cannot perform the process of photosynthesis. Okay, it penetrates the stem and branches of the host to suck food from it. It penetrates the stem and branches. They totally penetrates the stem and branches of the host plant so they can suck the nutrients from the host plant. Some parasitic plants have green leaves and make some of their food. Okay, some parasitic plants have green leaves and they make their some food, but rather than they take nutrition from the host plant. Okay, some parasitic plants have green leaves and make some of their food through photosynthesis. They get the rest of their nutrition from a host plant and they take the nutrition from the host plant. These are partial parasites. For example, mist litter. Okay, look here. This is the partial parasites. Mist litter. They perform the process of photosynthesis. Rather than also, it is depend on the host plant. Now we see next. Insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants are green plants that grow in soil that is poor in minerals. The insectivorous plants are poor in minerals. They make their own food but also trap and digest insects to get minerals. Because they are poor in minerals, so they trap and digest to the insect. Some examples of insectivorous plants are pitcher plant, sundew, Venus flytrap, and bladderwort. The pitcher plant. Okay, the pitcher plant has leaves that are modified to look like pitchers with lids. This pitcher plant is look like the pitchers. Okay, each pitcher has sweet nectar. In each pitcher have the sweet nectar in it which attracts insects. Because of that nectar, the insects are attracted. Insects slip down and get trapped inside the pitcher. Okay, the plant then digests the insects and absorb the nutrients. The Venus flytrap. The Venus flytrap has modified leaves that are folded in half. Okay, with stiff hair on each edge. On the leaves of the Venus flytrap, there are stiff hairs, so they can trap insects easily. When an insect sits on the leaf, okay, because on the leaf there are stiff hairs. When an insect sits on the leaf, the two halves snap shut quickly. The plant then digests the insect. When on the leaf any insects sit on that, with the help of the stiff hair, the Venus flytrap snap shut quickly. So the insect digests by the plant. Leaves of sundew are covered with numerous sensitive hairs which shine in sunlight like dewdrops. This is what gives the plant its name. When an insect comes in contact with these hairs, it gets entangled in them. The leaves then digest the insect. In sundew plant, look here, this is sundew plant. In sundew plant, these are the hairs. With the help of these sensitive hairs, the insects will trapped, and when any insects come in contact, then it gets entangled in them, and then the leaves then digest it. Look here, this is the Venus flytrap. On the each edge of the leaves there are stiff hairs on it, so that the insect trapped, and when insect trapped, then it shut quickly and digest it. This is the pitcher plant. In this pitcher plant, the plant is looks like the pitcher, and here is the sweet nectar. Because of this sweet nectar, the insects it attracted here, and then it get down and it will digest. Now we see about the insectivorous plants. Okay, in this chapter I give you the question answers. You look it in the description box. First of all, you solve it, and after that you check it and correct it and learn all the question answers. If you like this video, you like it, share it and subscribe to my channel. Okay, bye. Take care.